That'd cool.
Hello, everybody, and welcome. This is Rethink Gaming's Wednesday night RPGs. We are playing Icemandale Rime of the Frostmaiden. You heard that right. We're playing it again. We're going to be using Discord and Fantasy Grounds. Thank you, as always, Sirenscape, for the amazing atmosphere and music. Please make sure you check them out at www.sirenscape.com. You've just got to be using it at your gaming table. If you want to support this content, please consider joining us on Patreon or checking out Rethink Gaming on DM's Guild. Let's see, I'm looking for this one. Speaking of Sirenscape, I clicked the wrong button. My fault. Okay, we have a party of intrepid adventurers heading north on the road toward the 10 towns, approaching the hub city of Brinshander, the greatest of the 10 and most frequently traveled. The party is come and seek of adventure, I'm sure, but let's go around the table just across the top of the order and do some brief introductions. Tell us about your character and why you've come to Icewind Dale. Wretch, why don't you start?
So Wretch is a really odd-looking little creature. He stands about 2 feet tall. He has kind of like a green, pallid appearance, almost somewhere like between reptilian and bat-like. But he is actually a fairy. He wears a headdress that he made out of bones of little critters, and it's got like a gopher skull that he uses to cover his face because he's really just ashamed of how he looks. He grew up feral. He learned to speak common from listening and being around and scuttling and stealing what he could. He's not great with people. He doesn't really know how to act, but when he trusts somebody, he kind of latches onto them. And yeah, he's really just following along with the group. So any one of our party, he's been following you around, and he just kind of keep quiet. He's carrying some big stuff on his back, and it's all wrapped up in blankets.
Awesome. Polly? Powley.
Puffly.
Puffly. Right.
Yes, indeed.
Puffly, tell us about your character.
Puffly is a dragonborn paladin. He is the archetype of the big dumb paladin. He is big and he is dumb. He is he's on a bit of a personal quest. Coming from near Waterdeep, he is traveling the lands looking for one-armed Duergar who killed his fiance. Last word that he had was that he was headed towards Icewind Dale, and that's the intel that he has, and so he is trying to track down the one-armed Duergar. That explains why he's in Icewind Dale. He may be mentally ill; it's hard to say. But yeah, that's Puff.
All right. Imar.
Let's do her last.
Okay, Arod then.
All right. Arid is about 7 feet tall. He has kind of a grayish purple skin color. And if you look closely, you'll notice that he is actually an orc. For clothing, he seems to be wearing greens and shades of blue with some leather on his back and the top of his cloak. It seems to be fur from a white wolf. He has several piercings on each ear and each eyebrow. And he seems to have a spear and a shield. And if you notice, both the haft of the spear and the shield have a pattern of vines and various plants and flowers.
Okay. And why is Arid come to Icemandale?
So, Arid was raised by a tribe of elves from that lived in the spine of the world mountains, and they got wind of some trouble in Tin Towns. So Imar and Arid were sent to go investigate and find out what was going on.
Okay. How about Nini next?
Yeah, so Nini, her full name is Nisaposa Timbers, and she grew up down in the Underdark with the other gnomes, but her family originally they were forest gnomes, and so she heard stories made her want to go out and adventure, but them being stuck down there, it just didn't seem possible. She was always fascinated when she would see the drow cast their magic spells, and so she's determined to be a wizard. Um, and she found a tunnel out one day, and she took that, ran with it, and has just followed her whims, having fun until she got to Icewind Dale and tried to rob. Is it Pooley? How do you say it? Poofley?
Puffly.
Puffly.
Puffley. Okay. She tried to rob Puffley, but he caught her and she just thought he looked really cool with the dragon head and has been tagging along.
All right.
Oh, I forgot to add, she's learning spells as she goes, and she doesn't really do anything other than pickpocket, or if she'll find something that will help her go from day to day. She's just flying by the seat of her pants.
Well, it's a strange place to be flying by the seat of your pants, but I suppose it might work out. Shall we?
She seems like a good companion for Puffly, who just does casual murder.
Yes, she would be. But she's looking out for number one. She's just, going about looking at what's interesting and learning spells.
Okay. So we know that Imar is Arid's companion. Anything else we should know? It's okay if there's not.
Give me just a second.
No problem.
She has an air of mystery.
So I am. Is it Imar? Imar is one of the best archers from the tribe that she comes from, as well as an accomplished tracker. That's what I got.
Okay.
That's literally what I've got.
Very cool. Okay, well, as I mentioned, you are on your way north, trudging through the snow, headed toward Bryn Shander. I don't know if any of you have winter clothing yet, but those of you who didn't remember to get some are wishing you would have by now. Fortunately, there will be stores once we get there, but it's quite cold. And as you were told, it's proven true. The sun has not risen since you started this trip north. So since you passed the spine of the world, you've not seen the day. It's incredibly cold for that reason. The best you get is sort of a dingy dusk-like level of light pretty much all day long, and then of course it's pitch black at night. You are trudging through the snow, following the path. It's relatively easy to pick out even throughout the snow, but it's not necessarily something you would call a road. Snow up to your knees and blowing wind, as you can hear. I need someone to make a perception check for me.
I'll make a perception check. Skills. Oh, that's not good. Not good at all.
Mine would have been better.
Would you like to try as well, Aymar?
So I pick it up and I drop it.
Yep, you can either double-click it on the sheet or drop it in the chat.
No.
Well, that's just the 4. Your perception is on your character sheet under skills.
It is +6, so it'll be a 10.
Okay, so 11 and a 10.
Also, I don't know if it matters, but my passive perception is a 20.
Okay. Wow. How do you have a +10?
Because I took, for my feat that you gave us, I took the observant feat,
Oh, okay.
which gives a +5 to your passive perception, and then my wisdom is +3, so my perception gets another,
Wow.
+5. So
Okay, so very perceptive then. You can see a large polar bear sort of belly surfing down a nearby snowy hill.
I'm going to turn to the party and go, do y'all see the polar bear? Might want to go around it or something.
That polar bear is majestic. Can we see it?
Yes, when Era directs you in that direction, it's easy to look over and see. It is a large polar bear, and it's climbing back up the hill to go sliding down it again.
I want to go pet it.
You should go pet it. He's a big fella.
You might be able to pet it.
I'm going to wait here while you go pet it.
Can I tell if it looks friendly?
It appears to be wearing clothing.
Polar bear has fashion sense.
That is most unexpected. You don't see that every day.
Okay,
That is.
Nini's gonna get excited to see the clothing and go investigate.
Okay.
Out of character. This better not be an ad for Coke.
I will go start walking up to it as well.
Is anyone not walking up toward the polar bear?
No, I'm trying not to skip.
Okay. Well, it sees the party approaching, rises up probably nearly 8.5 feet tall, but probably almost 4 feet wide at the shoulders.
Oh my gosh.
Leans its head at sort of an odd angle and says to you, "You look cold."
You're very observant for a bear.
I mean, maybe a little bit, but I kind of grew up around here, so it's not that cold.
What is your name?
"I am Markov," and he bows deeply.
Pleasure to make your acquaintance, Markov. I, for one, am very cold.
Yes. What brings you here, Markov?
He goes to rummaging around in the pack on his side. Thinking about going fishing, he says. He pulls out 3 thick coats. They're made of fine seal fur. Trade, he says.
Look around on my body for anything of value. Trade what?
Do you have any food?
How much food do you need?
Where's it from?
Well, I can make some food. It's only
Magic
good for a
food?
day, though.
I have some rations that I brought with me from afar.
That's a good trade. Eager to eat anything that doesn't grow wild in these parts, he's willing to offer you 3 coats, which will count as cold weather clothing. You're going to offer him your rations, or are we going for the good berries?
Whatever he prefers.
Well, he'll
Yeah,
accept either offer.
I mean, I also have rations because they come in your starter pack, but
Are good berries free?
they cost a sprig of mistletoe, but
So free.
I only need to cut off like a quarter. So like if someone's short, we can split one.
I'll cast Goodberry, and there are 5 of us. I'll give him the other 5 berries.
Okay.
Here you go, friend.
He grins widely, way too widely, and he has a lot of teeth. But passes you over the 3 sets of cold weather clothing. Who would like to take these items? How do we want to hand these out?
I'd like that.
Okay, so we got one for Pally, a Puffy.
Hmm.
This looks like
Nini
Pally
wants
to me.
one also.
All right.
Can I just get like a hat? I'll cut it up and put it on.
Okay, one more suit.
I think I'll be okay. Question mark? Yeah.
So Arid then?
I mean, I guess I can take it. That works for me.
All right. So
This is a fine coat, friend.
if you look in the party sheet in Fantasy Grounds, you can see I'm about to pass these out by the inventory. Away they go.
Outstanding.
Is he gone?
No, he appreciates the compliment. He says, "Got those in trade from the Elk Village."
How
The
far
elk
away
have-
is that?
About 3 days.
Oh.
To be clear, is this a village of elk?
No. Nomads. Ragged barbarians.
Ah,
Many tribes up this way. Each have their own animal totem.
are they friendly?
Not to outsiders, no.
You're friendly.
I like food. Foreign food's my favorite thing ever.
Do you get a lot of good foreign food up here?
Lots of traders come to Bryn Shander.
Okay. I guess that makes sense.
Huh.
Nothing grows anymore. Fish getting thin.
Do you know why it is that nothing grows anymore?
Queen of Ice doesn't like the sun no more.
And who is this Queen of Ice?
He shakes his head. He looks around. You can learn about that in town. Bad luck to say her name.
Okay.
Does she have a description?
She's as the blowing snow and can look however she pleases.
See.
Does she know magic?
She's a goddess. Don't they all?
I'm furiously scribbling in a notebook.
Okay.
So, all goddesses know magic?
He shrugs. I'm not a shaman. Don't know too much about it.
Fair enough, fair enough.
Well, don't spend time with me. If you hurry, you'll make it to town before nightfall when they lock the gate.
Oh, we don't want to miss that.
Yeah, I think we'd like to be in town by nightfall.
What direction is it?
He points to the north. Keep following the trail.
Thank you.
You're quite the friendly bear.
Oh, sorry. He shifts form. His most bear-like features gain a little bit more humanity. And he looks at you from a half-man, half-bear shape, saying, "Is this better?"
No, the bear thing was cool.
Yeah, the bear didn't really bother me. If this is what you're more comfortable with, though, you do you.
He seems confused and changes back into his more bear shape.
Can you put your pants back on?
Oh, he was wearing the pants the whole time.
Yeah.
The picture on the screen is his hybrid form.
Oh.
But even in humanoid form, he looks very, very bear-like. His other form is just that of a polar bear.
Did you have a name, friend?
Markoth.
Markoth. That's right, you told us that already.
So how'd you learn to turn into a bear, Markoth?
I was bitten by a bear a long time ago.
So it's not something just anybody could learn?
I don't know. I've never tried to teach it.
Oh, maybe we'll come back to that someday.
I get a look of furious concentration on my face as I try to turn into a bear.
You failed to turn into a bear.
I was gonna say Nini starts to walk slowly backwards.
Yeah. Good point. We'll
Okay,
get any ideas.
I think we'd best be off, Marco, but it was a pleasure making your acquaintance.
He
It
nods.
really was.
He throws his fishing pole up over his shoulder and starts heading to the east.
I give him a fist bump before he goes.
Okay. All right. So it's back on the road.
So, where on the map are we? Are we like west of Dogan's Hole, traveling on that road?
Let me get a little icon up here.
Oh, icon.
Icon.
Did anybody else see the winter clothes in the party inventory?
Yes.
I did not, so...
They should be in your personal inventory now.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is a warm coat.
All right. P for party.
Party.
Okay. And we can travel all that way by nightfall?
Yes. Actually, it's weird. This entire map is about the size of DFW. Go figure.
Okay.
Huh. Well, I mean, DFW is huge, so...
Yeah.
I start walking north.
All right.
I follow.
It's more of a trudging, but,
It is. It's horribly cold. So for those poor folks that don't have cold weather gear,
Yeah. Rude. Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna need a check. Let's see here. Let's see. Probably survival check, please.
Survival. All right.
Is that a 15?
Yeah. So you guys are doing okay. It's cold. It's uncomfortable, but not harmful to you.
19.
Okay. So after about 3.5, 4 hours of walking in the snow, you arrive at the grand and illustrious city of Rinshander. It is probably the largest, not definitely the largest, of the 10 towns. You're approaching by way of the southwest gate.
Southwest gate.
Have any of us ever been to Bryn Shander?
I have not.
I don't think so. At least
Okay.
not recently, if you have been.
Do any of us know anything about Bryn Shander?
We know that it's right in front of us.
You could certainly try some kind of a check. I will let you tell me what skills you think apply, but if you have history or intelligence check of some kind.
Nothing that I have.
Is there a sign on the gate?
There is a emblem hanging from the gate.
All right.
I have a high intelligence.
I do not.
Mine's +5. I'm trying to look. I can't remember. I think I had something about... Oh, I've got investigation.
Yeah, investigation would be going around and asking questions.
Yep. Yep. So, no.
History?
I do have a high...
Try history.
Could...
Oh, yeah, there it is. History is +5. So let me grab this dice.
Okay, 16. So all of the 10 towns are ran by a council of leaders. They typically meet in Bryn Shander. This specific town is about 1,200 people in size. It sports a small militia. And as the bear mentioned, it serves as a bit of a trade hub. A lot of caravans will come this far north, do trade in Bryn Shander, and turn right around and go back for other merchants and such to do the distribution within the 10 towns.
Can I roll a perception check and look around, see if it looks like they're stopping people at the gate or if they're just letting people in?
So, as mentioned, you have arrived before nightfall, but it is getting close to sunset, such as it is up here. And they are not restricting anybody, but you can see the guard forming around the gate. It does appear that they're getting ready to close it.
I'd like to get into town and find a place to rest. This coat's getting pretty warm right now, and I'd like an opportunity to maybe get out of it.
Yeah, I think we should get in rather quickly and find some place to put up for the night.
Okay.
That's some sweet heraldry.
As you pass through the gate, the guards sort of eye you, look you over, but not seeing anything on your outward appearance that gives them pause. They don't move, they don't stop you or wave you through. They just don't do anything other than look at you when you walk through.
We give a stern nod to the guards, an ambiguous nod.
I'll, since I am an orc, I'm going to pull the hood on my cloak up a little bit and try to just like slip past without them noticing that.
Okay.
I don't know if they'll care or not, but
none of them have reacted. So
pay no attention to the orc.
A few minutes later, and you either by signage or other information are aware of several interesting locations. There are some shops off of the square, including the one marked on the map, Black Iron Blades. It's an adventurer's supply shop. There's the Northlook Tavern. There is the House of the Morning Lord, which is a all-faiths worship site. And then the Town Hall, which, as mentioned earlier, is where the Council of Elders meets. Well, they're not called elders, are they? What are they called? Leaders? Council of Leaders? Speakers! There it goes. Council of Speakers meet in the Town Hall of Brynshender.
Excellent.
Where would you like to go?
You said the Northlook was a tavern?
Northlook
Like
is a
an inn?
tavern, yes.
Like an inn kind of situation, or just...
I don't know. You want to go see?
Oh. I don't know if anybody has any better ideas.
No, Nini's pretty confident that she can find a place to sleep.
I'm up for anything. We can start by finding a place to sleep, or we can look around a little bit. I mean, I think finding a place to sit and eat a little bit, and, we've been traveling together for a little bit, but we don't really know each other all that well. Maybe we could get to know each other a little bit better.
Wonderful.
All right, so you're headed
Agreed.
to the Northlook?
Sure. Is there do we see any kind of tourist information booth, anything like that?
No. As you open the door, a grizzled-looking human with a nasty scar across his face looks up at you, grins, and says, "Fresh meat!" The people in the tavern clink their glasses together and chuckle. Come in, he says. Close the door.
I'll walk in and close the door behind us and walk over to him. And, well, as you probably noticed, we're not from around here, and we're looking to get a hot meal in our bellies and a place to stay for the night.
Are you mercenaries or adventurers?
I'm swaying to the music as y'all are talking.
Who's asking?
Maybe a little bit of both.
I used
I'm
to be
more of
an
an
adventurer
adventurer.
myself. Just starting out.
Yep, it's the first time I've ever left the mountains.
You picked a strange place to start.
You know, it's where they sit me.
Well, stay with it. Maybe someday you can have a place like this with a big old fish on the wall like mine. He gestures over to a plaque that says Old Bitey underneath it.
How big is the fish?
It's about 3 feet long.
It's a
Impressive
fine
fish.
Fish.
Paid a pretty penny for that one.
Oh, you didn't catch it yourself?
No, sir. That fish there is special. You'll see.
Did you eat it?
It's hanging
Nope.
on the wall.
Listen,
Well,
my name's Scramsax.
Nice to meet you, Scramsax.
Welcome to the Northlook. We
Are
got
you the
food
proprietor
and
here?
drink down here. Yes, sir. Spent my entire retirement opening this place. You'll not find a more comfortable place to sleep in all the 10 towns.
I don't doubt it.
And listen, I got a soft spot in my heart for adventurers. You can stay on a tab.
Tab, you don't say.
I'm not exactly sure what a tab is, but it sounds like a great deal to me.
It's a good thing.
Well, I'll keep track of what you owe. He taps his temple. I'll not forget exactly what it is. And you can pay me
Outstanding.
once you've had some successes.
I like the sound of that.
That's very hospitable of you, Scramsax.
Well, grab yourself a table. Maybe check out Bitey. Or if you need to crash, let me know if you need a private room or if the common room's okay. Again, I'll just keep track of what you owe me.
All right. Is there a way I could get a tall, cold mug of milk?
Of milk? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Sure. Definitely.
Excellent. Thank you.
We also have mead and ale.
Go look at the fish, and I'll be back for something.
I take a seat at a table.
And I would like to go check out Old Bitey, and that's a 20 on my perception.
Okay, as you approach, the fish animates and sings.
I go back over to him and I slap my hand on the table. I love your fish.
Sings a little ditty.
You said you had some ale?
Yep, he pours you a stiff mug of dwarven ale.
Is anybody dancing at this establishment? Besides me?
Just you, I think. Most people are pretty well used to the tavern music.
Scramsax, do you mind if I ask? Have you been in the 10 towns for a long time?
I have 20 years now.
20 years. Remarkable. Sounds like a cold existence.
Colder lately.
Tell me, have you seen any
What's the
Duergar in town?
Dark dwarves? No. No,
No.
nothing like that. The Battlehammer clan makes camp in the Dwarven Valley. They wouldn't tolerate such an incursion.
Interesting.
we heard about a goddess. What'd you call her earlier? I forgot the name. I didn't write it down.
I don't think he gave
The
it.
woman who, the goddess who's making it colder and colder.
Oral, Scrimsack says,
Oral.
with reverence.
Eighth Queen.
Goddess
A
of
bit-
winter.
There you go.
A bear told us you shouldn't mention her name.
A bear.
Mm.
Yeah,
I
we
ain't
met a
seen any
bear.
talking bears.
He was pretty nice.
So you don't know anything about a queen?
Oral the Frostmaiden. She lords the winter over us. The speakers have got a scheme they think will work. They are trying to appease her, you see.
Appease her.
Yes.
Is she angry in some way? Upset? Has there been some? Has she been slighted in some way?
Nobody knows quite what's wrong, but each of the 10 towns gives back to the Frost Queen in their own way.
So, what do they think would appease her?
Well, the opinions on that seem to vary based on where you go. Here in Bryn Shander, once every turn, we sacrifice a soul to her.
What? That's barbaric. I don't mean to judge.
He looks around. Don't be too loud about that opinion. You're not alone, but people will try about anything to get this to stop.
How do they pick the sacrifice?
It's a lottery.
Yeah, I'm not gonna buy one of those scratch-off tickets.
Well, you're just visiting, so I don't think you'd be asked. It's a service to the town, you see.
So what are some of the other ideas that people have to appease this Ice Queen?
Well, I probably don't know them all, but I've heard people give up their heat. I've heard people give up their food.
Speaking of food, might we get some?
Absolutely.
Please.
There's carrot stew on the hearth, or I can
Ooh.
get you a flank of mutton.
I'm just going to eat one of these good berries.
Like I said, friend, I'll
Nene wants
cover
some
your
soup.
expenses. You can
I
have
want-
whatever you
I
like.
would- Can I please have something warm?
Let's get the mutton.
All right.
Or the stew.
Oh.
If the lady would prefer the stew, then that's fine.
Wretch nods eagerly for a flank.
I've been without a jacket for some time now.
Yeah, the lady's most unfortunate. She's been trudging around in the cold. Completely.
You'll
How
want
do
to
you
head
give
over to Black
something?
Iron. Just
How do you
don't.
give something in your inventory to someone else?
You should be able to drag it from your inventory and drop it on their character. I can do it otherwise. Anyway, the Scribsack says you'll want to go to Black Iron for supplies. Just don't buy any weapons from them.
Oh, why is that?
Most of the folks who've died have done it with a black iron blade in their hand.
That's good to know.
Garbage. He spits on the ground. Just poor quality.
So if we were to buy weapons, where would we buy those?
I don't think there's any good spot in Brinshander to do it. The guard might let go of something if they've got anything extra.
But they've got other supplies in this black iron.
Oh yeah. Anything you'd need.
Convenient.
So yeah, he's cordial and polite. Offers you ample food and drink. He answers your questions, kind of gets you a little bit of information about the lay of the land. Is there any questions you would have asked him during this conversation?
What about a place to sleep?
Upstairs.
Is there any work around town? Anybody need killing?
He's not aware of any.
Is there any work other than, bringing the sun back?
Well, nobody expects you to be able to do that.
Well, it's kind of the whole reason that I was sent north. So, I'm gonna try one way or another.
You were sent north to bring the sun back?
Or to find out why it was gone, but
Now, to the east in Targos, a band of adventurers is planning an expedition up the side of Kelvin's cairn, hoping to find Amenyartak, a Goliath lycanthrope who can transform into a polar bear.
Oh,
If you hurry, you might be able to join the expedition.
that's remarkable. A Goliath who can transform into a polar bear.
Hey, I know that guy.
I'd like to see such a thing.
do you know when they're heading out?
I'd say tomorrow.
Huh. We might be able to, just head north and meet them on the road in the morning.
Like an ambush.
Well, like joining their group. Less of an ambush and more a friendly combining of groups.
I see.
Like
My bad.
Like we've all done here. We didn't run into each other and just start murdering each other. We we were all traveling for whatever reason. Imar and I were sent to, bring the sun back. I don't really know anything much about the rest of y'all other than your names, so. But I'm sure y'all had y'all's reasons to be traveling, and now we're all here together in a tavern, and we have what the barkeep is calling a tab.
Indeed. What was the town you said? Targos?
Targos.
No, it's Targos. Well, that's right nearby.
And how long is the walk from Targos to Kelvin's cairn?
From Targos to Kelvin's cairn?
Targos to Bryn Shander. How about that?
I was going to say, if we go back to this map.
Like, it was 3 or 4 hours for us to walk a much longer distance, so Targos is like 20 minutes away.
Yeah, it's not far. Bryn Shander to Targos is 2 hours.
Oh.
Do you know why they are wanting to find the Goliath lycanthrope?
He hasn't heard that rumor.
They're not looking to kill him, are they?
Don't
Exactly,
know.
that's what I'm asking.
Hmm.
Because Okay, so Nini like whispers to y'all, we don't want to throw the bear guy, out there without knowing their motivation, or if we would even get anything out of it.
I think it might be worth going with them. We at the very least, I think we'd be able to pick up some information on the way.
Well, sure. I'd like to
Yeah.
intercept these people, find out what they're all about, and I don't want any trouble for the bear. I mean, he traded us these
I would not be
sweet
okay
coats
with
for
that.
a handful of magic berries.
I want to make sure the bear's okay.
I think it might be a different bear.
Does it matter?
Now we should make sure the elves are the bears are okay. Bears are an important part of nature. They hunt things and they keep the ecosystem in balance.
The circle of life, my friend.
Are we going?
Now?
Shouldn't we sleep before we go?
I feel like we should maybe rest, or maybe visit the heavily hinted at Black Iron. Anybody need a coat? Some supplies?
Yeah, I think we could use a couple more coats.
Let me eat first. You don't
Yeah.
need any more coats. You have enough coats for one
Well,
person.
I'm thinking of others. That's all.
Yeah, Wretch
Yeah.
could use some. Wretch could use some small threads.
Well, do we want to head over there tonight, or do we want to eat and rest here, or what are we going to try to do?
Are they open late?
Probably not.
Ah,
So then we should probably rest. Are we getting rooms or are we going to stay in the common room?
I feel like a room would be pleasant.
Are we going to try to each get a room or do we want to double up to save some money?
Do
don't
not
know,
need
maybe.
my own room.
Well, there's one giant common room with some furniture and even some straw to sleep on. It's directly above and around the hearth, so the fireplace stonework goes up through this room. It keeps it quite warm. The private rooms are all on the north end. There are 3 of them. None of them are currently occupied. Each has a little iron lock where you can lock the door, and each also has a chest at the foot of the bed.
Well, I'll stay in the common room.
I was thinking I could stay in the common room. And this probably isn't as helpful here, but when we are, on the trail, Imar and I need less sleep than most people. So just thinking about that, if we wanted to have someone, I know we're in an inn, but if we wanted to have, people stay up tonight to make sure none of the drunken people mess with us or anything, there are options.
Kill a drunk who messed with me.
Well, assuming that you each pick a spot to sleep, is everybody in the common room, or does anybody have a room?
How much does the room cost?
Well, he's just going to put it on your tab.
Let's good.
Are you trying to find out how much it would cost?
Yes.
All right, so looking around, you do see an old sort of faded sign behind the bar, and it's got a price list. Staying in the common room is 1 copper. Staying in the private room is 2 silver.
What's the conversion rate? Is it 1 to 10 or 1 to 100?
10. 10 coppers to a silver.
10. And 10 silver to a gold?
Yes.
I'm going to stay in the common room and keep an eye open for any Duergar.
Okay.
What's Poofley doing?
I am staying in the common room and looking for signs of any Duergar.
Okay, sorry, I can't remember his voices with which character. So is Nini. Nini's sticking right by her friend.
All right. And just to be clear, Bob, we said the Black Iron is probably closed for the evening.
Probably.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, Wretch is just floating up in the rafters. We'll make a little nest in the corner.
Okay.
I'm observing him very curiously.
All right. Well, assuming no other events are planned, in the morning, you head out into the streets of Bryn Shander. It's got almost the hustle and bustle of a city. Quite a few people out and about, trudging through the snow, even in the earliest hours of the morning.
Rush hour.
Are you heading over to Black Iron Blades?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
All right. Well, it's a Dwarven ran operation, so all of the counters are just a little bit lower than you might like. And as advertised, we've got rations, cold weather gear, ice picks, snowshoes, a fair assortment of weapons and even some armor. There's a dubious looking suit of plate mail hanging on the wall over there.
Oh, excellent. What's the price tag on that?
1,200 gold.
I'm going to ask the dwarf how much it is for sets of cold weather gear.
He's got quite a few in stock.
Offer him a berry.
Keep pulling up NPCs when I mean items, and I don't know why I keep doing that.
How many berries for the plate mail?
How many good berries?
Does not accept berries. So a set of cold weather clothing at this shop is 8 gold.
I am going to buy a set for Imar, even though it is more expensive than I want. But
you got to do what you got to do.
Aw, give him a hug.
Honestly, it would have been simpler to just mug somebody and take theirs.
Oh, hey,
All right.
I would never do that.
And
I would
Rich,
hope not. I would hope not.
you can get out of here for 3 gold for what you need. Being an itty bitty guy and all.
So advantageous.
Anybody else need to buy anything else?
I don't know. Do I need to buy anything else? Looking at all the pretty things and touching them.
I'm going to ask.
Just looking around for anything that is like a small item, magic item, trinket, anything that looks like it wouldn't belong in a shop like that.
Okay. your eyes fall upon a little crystalline dragon.
Oh,
It's sort of crudely carved, and it's made from this black, smoky crystal.
Yeah, she wants to know what that is and how much it is.
free if you steal it.
The old dwarf eyes you suspiciously. What you be looking at that for?
It looks fun.
It ain't.
What is it?
That's a foul piece of magic there.
Hmm.
Would
So
you like-
someone lost it here? You're not selling it?
I took it on trade before I realized it whispers to your mind.
Ooh, what's it say? Get it.
Would you like us to take it off your hands, sir?
No, the battle hammers are coming to pick it up.
The bottom hammers. What did it say to you? What did it whisper to you?
Dark things. I don't want to talk about it.
Might we give it a listen?
I think it's best you leave it alone.
All right, Nini's not gonna listen to him. She's gonna go in the back and try to listen to it herself.
He is going to step in between you and the trinket.
Oh, darn.
You sure I can't interest you in a suit of plate mail? I'll make you a deal.
Ah, I like the sound of a deal. What sort of deal are we talking about?
Oh, I could let her go for 900.
I will give you 15 gold pieces.
I can't go that low.
What about a tab? I just learned about tabs. Could you put it on our tab?
I don't do credit. Certainly not for adventurers. You're just gonna die on some hill.
I mean, the
Horrible thing to
innkeeper
say.
just started a tab for us. It's the first time I've heard about this.
Are you
tab
talking
thing.
about scrum sacks, eh?
Yeah, we're about to meet up with some other folks and head up to Kelvin's Cairn, and I'm sure we'll have the money after that. So
Well,
if
it's
you
a good thing you bought the coat. Did you want the shoes too?
Oh, tell us about the shoes.
He pulls out a set of snowshoes. These will let you move almost unhindered.
How much for the shoes?
2 gold.
I'll give you 1 gold for the shoes.
I ain't running a charity.
Can I
Did we have
see
trouble
if-
without the shoes?
Can I whisper to her? Like, can I whisper something to her? Because you were looking at the dragon. I want to whisper something to you. Can I whisper? Be like, can we see if we can distract him so you can sneak back and check that out? I don't like him. He's rude.
Yes.
I'll buy the shoes while they're distracting the guy. I'll distract the guy by buying the shoes.
That sounds great. Yeah, we'll
Okay.
sneak you back.
I'm going to pretend I don't notice them doing this, and keep talking to the guy and ask him how much for arrows, if he has any.
He's got 1 gold for 10.
1 gold for 10. All right, I'm going to buy Imar 20 arrows.
Wow. Are these the only shoes you have? The fit is a little tight.
Go, I elbow her.
He adjusts them, arguing with it. It fits correctly. See, it goes around your
Oh,
ankle like this.
But I mean, my toe. I mean, you consider that I'm a dragonborn. I don't have feet shaped like a normal person. Weird reptilian feet.
Whoops.
That
Ah.
seems.
Well, that's
It
a little
seemed like
more
a
than
little much.
whispering.
I said I was sorry.
Welcome.
Wrong button.
Did Imar
Sorry.
and I successfully sneak the little dragon away?
Are you? Well, as soon as you pick it up, you
Oh,
do hear several
an alarm.
voices whispering. This is the button I wanted. It's hard to make out what they're saying, but they're whispering directly into your brain.
Did
Well,
you hear?
that's pretty cool.
What do you hear? What do you hear?
I don't know what it said. What did it say to you?
I didn't touch it, so she's just the only one that touched it.
Oh. Okay, so she says that, but she doesn't know what it said. She tries listening some more.
You can't make out any words,
Nothing. Okay.
but it's definitely trying to communicate something, and it gives you chills just up and down your spine.
Imar, do you want to see if you can hear what it says?
Yeah. Okay. So I just touch it with one finger.
It's the same effect.
Okay.
You almost were able to pick up the Elven word for darkness, which you happen to know.
Well, Nini thinks that it's useless because they don't know what it's saying, so she's ready to leave it.
Imar does speak a bunch of languages.
Ooh, I'm torn.
Does anyone know detect magic or identify or anything like that?
I just continue to distract the dude with my whole shoe situation.
Can I get is it Arid or I want to say A-Rod, and that's
Arid.
sorry. Arid. Can I get his eye contact from where I am?
Yes.
And I just like point to the little dragon, and I point to my brain. I'm like, and I point to my ear with this weird look on my face, like, should we take it with?
Take it.
I nod and shrug my shoulders, kind of both.
Okay, I'm going to attempt to put it in my pocket.
Okay, I'm putting.
I casually mentioned to the proprietor who's messing with my shoes that I absolutely don't know these people.
Okay. Well, he's still arguing with you about the fit of the shoes, but he's confident that if you go and try them in the snow, you'll be satisfied.
All right.
I put a Chartelin figurine in Imar's inventory.
When we get somewhere safe, I'll let everybody investigate, but keeping it quiet for now.
All right. Any other shopping or interaction with the old dwarf to do?
I suddenly have all these amazing things in my inventory.
Do you have any sprigs of mistletoe? I ask him.
He does. He does have sprigs of mistletoe. You can replenish your spell components for just a few copper.
So while all that's going on, I quickly exit the shop by myself with my shoes on and stomp around in the snow.
I will pay for his mistletoe.
Okay.
Oh, I already deducted it from my.
Oh, okay.
Hey, Bob.
Next time it's on me then.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Wretch flies over and gestures to whisper in the dwarf's ear, and I just sent you a DM.
Oh, Discord?
Yeah.
He does have those items, yes.
Okay. Can I have those?
Yes.
I didn't mean to roll that.
2 copper.
Thank you, sir.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just prancing around in the snow.
Guys,
I'll go out there with you.
Yeah, I'll go outside as well.
How long have we been in here?
Couple of minutes.
Guys, we should probably get going if we want to meet up with that with those guys that are heading to Kelvin's cairn.
Yeah, let's go. I put my hand over the figurine to make sure it's there and pat it and then head out.
Okay. So you are able to leave without any issue. Which direction are you heading? Are you going toward Targos?
I think we should go north and try to just catch them on the road instead of trying to go to Targos and meeting them but that's just my opinion. If we head like a little bit northeast, if we have to, we can wait up for them. If not, we can, move slowly and let them catch up to us.
Sure, that's reasonable. Go up the north.
Okay. So you
Did we get an early start here? What's our sense of well, I guess we wouldn't know. Obviously, do we think we are early enough to intercept those people, or do we get a late start?
It seems like it might be early enough. They're a few hours to the west, and
Right.
they're heading northeast. But
Okay.
it depends on which direction they're going.
Oh, true.
Well, I mean, they really only have two options. They can either go around the lake or they can take that road east up towards Tourmaline and then cut across, probably through the Dwarven Valley or to Kelvin's cairn.
So, are you suggesting that we, basically go from where the P is on the map up to the road between Targos and Tourmaline and then hang a left, seeing if we can intercept them?
Overland.
Yeah, basically.
Sure. Let's do it.
So there's no road between them. You'll have to cut across if you.
Yeah. I have shoes.
You do? And you are the only one, well, you and Wretch who can fly, who don't find that trudge incredibly miserable. Because you can stand on top of the snow and everybody else is about waist deep.
I look
Yeah.
at it very judgmentally as we walk.
Yeah, the Ranger having Natural Explorer would really help here instead of Deft Explorer, but what do I know when I helped her choose her character abilities?
Well, there'll be time to pick more favored terrains.
Well,
Do the
but
shoes
then
work as well as advertised?
Yeah.
What?
Deft Explorer replaces Natural Explorer.
So are you heading about to where I moved the mark on the map?
I think that would be a good spot.
Sure.
I closed out of the map. How do I get back to it?
So if you click on images under campaign, you should see a link to
Okay.
it there. Otherwise, I can share
Okay.
it to you again.
Nope. I'll find it.
God, there's like 12 pages.
How cold is it right now?
That's a good question.
Warm for me in my coat.
It's tolerable for you in your coat. It's not really warm for anybody here.
Okay.
Let's see. There's a lovely chart.
Would the produce flame spell help us?
Probably not. It's kind of immediate flame. It's not like enduring.
Yeah, it is. Up to 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Unless I use it as an attack.
I mean, yeah, if you could think of a way to make that work for you, yes?
I can carry it in my hand, according to the spell.
Okay.
Convenient.
I'll drop the description in there.
How long is the trip? Oh,
It'd take you about an hour and a half to cut through the snow there.
all right.
I was looking for the weather. Anyway, it's relatively clear today. There's a strong breeze, but no snow.
Nice day.
It is a nice day.
Do I see any Duergar out in the snow?
You haven't seen any Duergar out in the snow.
All right. Just thought I'd check.
You're frequently checking for those Duergar.
Sure.
I'm going to ask Pewley what he's looking around for all the time.
Duergar.
What's a Duragar?
They're a foul, gray-looking dwarf creature.
Are they different than regular dwarves?
I don't know. They
I
seem
met
more
a-
evil.
I've met a regular dwarf a couple times.
Wow.
They seem nice.
Nini wants to know where the Duergar typically live.
I don't
Nini
know if-
would know. Actually, you've probably met some. You grew up in the Underdark, right?
Okay, that's what I thought. Daryl couldn't remember.
She
so
wants
so
to learn
she
about herself.
yeah, she gets real freaked out about the Duergar because she doesn't want to do anything that could possibly get her back down where she grew up.
You also know that they can grow 3 times their size and turn invisible.
Mm-hmm. They sure can. So they could be all around us right now.
What's 3 times their size? How big is that?
It
That's
would
larger than biggest person.
Like picture a dwarf and then multiply it by 3.
12 feet, I guess.
feel
12
like
feet,
9.
12 feet tall.
There. Sure.
That's pretty big.
Mm.
I wouldn't want to wrestle that.
All
Okay.
right, so 90 minutes. And the dog barked
You do.
off in the distance.
You hear a dog barking from the north.
Do I understand what the dog's saying?
It's saying, bark, bark, bark. I assume you have Speak with Animals?
I'm not actually going to cast it right now.
Okay.
I don't have it prepared.
Okay. Let's see here. So, yeah, there is a dog. It's apparently, or was part of a sled team because it's dragging a broken leather harness behind it.
Oh, no. Something's happened.
Okay, so Nini can talk to animals, to small animals. Is it a large dog?
It's a large dog. It's the
Okay.
size of a wolf.
Can we
No,
catch this
she
dog?
can't talk to it.
Well, actually, it's going to try to jump directly on Puffy.
My gosh. Rude.
And unless you stop it from doing so, it's going to lick your face vigorously.
No, okay, no, that's fine. That's
It's a friendly
good boy.
pupper.
Good boy. Guys, I think he likes us.
Can I pat my lap and try to call him over or touch him?
He whimpers, ducking his head low, looking toward the east.
What's
The
wrong,
west,
Papa?
sorry, toward the west. Toward the direction it was going already.
Can we see anything wrong with the harness? Does it look like it's been bitten? Are there chunks sticking out of it?
Does the dog look hurt?
The dog is not hurt, but
hungry?
it apparently, it seems as though it may have chewed through its own straps.
Oh.
You can speak with animals. Ask it.
Mm-hmm.
Ask it if it's seen any Duergar.
I'd say let's start with asking it what it's doing by itself. It looks like it was part of one of those, what do they call those pulley things that the dogs pull the people on through snow?
But
An automobile.
I'm sure one of y'all knows that better than me, but yeah, one
I
of
know what
those
you're talking
things.
about.
It looks like he was part of one of those things.
So who
good
is
thought.
able to talk to it, and how are you able to do this? To what degree can you talk to it?
I talk to it in common, and I ask it what happened.
It wants you to follow it west.
As I think it wants us to follow him west. The dog waits impatiently.
Okay, Nini wants to take a look eastward a little bit. Real sneakily before we decide if we're gonna follow the dog or not.
So you can
I
see
say
its tracks headed up the road toward Tourmaline. So, to the north.
can I attempt to take the harness off of him?
Yes, he will let you do that. And he shakes his coat vigorously as soon as you do.
Give
There
him a
you
berry.
go. That probably feels better.
I say we follow this dog.
Give him a berry.
Did he have a name printed somewhere on a collar or
He is wearing a tag on his collar.
what does it say?
It says
Killer.
boy.
Like BOY?
Yep.
Boy. You're
What a good boy. What a good boy.
Yeah, he
He's
is.
very happy to hear his name.
Oh. I pat around, see if I have some food in my backpack or my pockets, and give him a little bit of it. 'Cause he looked cold and hungry.
He's not interested in eating. He grabs you by the boot and tries to pull you toward Targus.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, let's go that way.
Yep.
Well, hold
let's,
on. So hold on. That's the way that he may have come from. But if I understood correctly, the tracks.
No, he came
We
from
saw some
Tourmaline.
tracks.
The dog came
Oh, he
from
came
Tourmaline.
from Tourmaline.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you meant he was going up that way. All right.
No, sorry.
Right?
Came from
First
that way,
dog.
headed toward Targos. He's trying to pull you to Targos with it.
well, let's go.
Yeah, I trust dogs way more than I trust humans.
And just to check, we don't want to kill this dog, yes?
Correct.
All right.
It's not just that we don't want to, we will not kill this dog.
Okay, I start
So-
to draw my bow just instinctively, giving him a glare, and step between him and the dog.
I'm not saying I want to kill the dog. I'm just verifying that nobody else does.
Say that word many times. Many times, and I've not known you very long.
We are not killing the dog.
Okay,
The dog has no reason it needs to die.
That's cool.
Nod my head and go.
Once again, I'm just checking.
All right, so you follow the dog to Targos, and just inside the city walls, it leads you to the front door of a modest dwelling where it begins barking and vigorously scratching at the front door.
I will walk up and I will knock on the door.
All right, and as you pound on the door to help the dog out, it is time for this evening's game to draw to a close. Cliffhanger!
Cliffhanger, what's behind the door?
All right. Thank you, everybody who's watching online. We'll see you guys next week.